Oh, right. Let me just check. I know I'm early, but that's because I'm doing this. And I don't know if it's working, which it isn't. So it says I'm live. But why aren't I? Okay, where has it gone live to? Um, uh, so it's saying I'm live. Okay, maybe I am. But if I go on my Facebook page, I'm not. Huh, I am. It's now working. Right. Okay. Oh my gosh. I got it working. Okay. Right. I know I'm a little early, but I've come on early. Can you hear me? That's the other thing. Let me just. Yeah, right. So we can close that off. Yeah, I've winged it. Really. It's quite self-explanatory. But I couldn't get it to go right with using my mic off my computer. Off the laptop, I'm having to use my phone. When I had it the other way around, couldn't turn the sound off on my phone. So I could hear it on there, and I don't want to do that, whereas I can turn it off on my computer. So I don't know. But as long as you can hear, all is well with the world, as they say. Whew, my gosh. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. So welcome. I'm Lisa from Lisa's Loft. Thank you for joining me live, or thank you for watching on the replay if that's what you're doing. I need to sort my lights out because my camera for my desk is putting a shadow right on my face unless I sit like this. I suppose I could sit sideways. But yeah, I can sort that for next time. I don't think I've done too bad getting it going for the first time. Yeah, it's okay. We'll see how it ends up. So how are we? Hope we're all well. Yeah, thanks for joining. If you're watching on the replay, #replay. I do read all your comments. I like to read your comments. But yeah, I think we're all set up and ready to go. I just want to show you this. Oh, I've done this as well. Yeah. If you'd like inspiration and latest news, a bit about what's going on within Stampin' Up, within my business, you can sign up for my monthly newsletter. You can unsubscribe at any time if you find that it's not for you, but you can get that at www.lisasloft.co.uk/newsletter. So yeah, you can go over there and fill that out. And then that'll come straight to your inbox. Like I say, it's only monthly. I only do a monthly one as yet. That things may change, but monthly is good at the moment. And just let you know what's coming within that month. And the latest inspiration for my blog and YouTube. Yeah, I do have a YouTube channel. Pop over and give that a follow. Subscribe to that. That'd be great. And all my past lives are on there. I always upload onto YouTube. Right. So we can just check in everything's okay. And we're all there. It seems to be, everything seems to be fine. So we shall carry on with our live. So we'll just switch to hands down so you can see my I don't know why that I can't. That's better. Right. So I've got rid of what it's saying and yeah, that's better. Right, so new catalogue. The mini catalogue goes live September. I can't show you the inside unfortunately, but I can show you the front cover. I have got a couple of new products. I'll give you a sneak peek of the one, which is this one. How cute is that? Dear Santa. I mean, look at his face. He's so cute. I actually used this one for a blog hop recently. I just think he's fab. Doesn't look too happy there on those skates, does it? But look at this one. Eagerly scribbling her list to Santa. She's determined there, isn't she? But yeah, I love that set. It's cute. I'm trying to see. I put my cards away yesterday. Let's see if I can grab that card that I made using. Oh, here it is. There we go. Look, how cute is that? I just blended a circle like a nice pool and popped him on there. And this is some new twine, baker's twine that we've got coming as well. And the falling snow background stamp, that's one I've had as well. Yeah, that's beautiful. So yeah, that was my first play with my new products. Really like those. Right, so today we are going to be creating with the Sweetpeas. Now I know I've shared a couple of my makes with this, and I off the top of my head remember which ones I've shared with you. But we are going to be creating that and using the card layouts at the annual catalogue, carrying on with using those. Because I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, I do apologise, with one thing and another going on. Was it last week? No, it wasn't last week, was it? It was the week before. Or was it last week? It was last week. Hayden had his A-level results. So I had to go take him to fetch them, which we'd have been pressed on time for me to get back. But he was like, no, go on, Mum, it's okay. And I was like, you know what? No. His A-levels are more important. Sorry. I have to say, his A-levels are more important. So I took him out after. We went for a bit of lunch and then went shopping. Just spent a bit of mother and child time together. But yeah, that was nice. We had a bit of time together, just us two. So yeah. So we've got the layouts. Now, I've just remembered I've got them here, haven't I? Done bigger. And I've got marked off what we've done. So today's, because I'm just doing them in order, is this one. So we're going to create a card sketch, card using this layout, card sketch, and the Sweetpeas. So let's start. So we want, I think I'm going to make, because that's quite a lot going on it, this layout. So we will do this cute little couple, I think, and You Make Me Happy. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's grab the stamp out and I'll get a block. That's not quite big enough. So we'll grab this one. There we go. And we'll leave the rest of the stamps there because we might dig in. Let's just get rid of that banner for a while. There we go. That just moves my name down, so we've got a little bit more room and it's less distraction for you. So my thinking is on this, if I was to stamp that on that layer and then have my sentiment on there, and then we can have a piece of DSP there, that might look quite nice. So for my 7x7, I want a piece of basic white. No, Whisper White. No, basic white. My gosh. It used to be Whisper White. It's one of them days, can you tell? So I'll have that 7x7. And then that will just fit that one there nicely. And then I want, not sure what colour to do that piece yet. So we shall look for some DSP. And I think, see, I've used a lot of this, but I do like it. I have got another pack, but I'm trying to use up all my offcuts that I've got. I like that for a banner. And then we can have a green pea, maybe. Yeah, I'm making more of a what's the word? Oh, like a thingy decision to use stuff. I can't think. Yeah, it's not happening. Don't know what I did there. I don't want green because the peas are going to be green. Or we could have that with a bit of pink. But it needs to be 6 by 12. Let's just see. Get rid of that. Quite like that blue. I think it'd stand out. Yeah, that is big enough, so we'll go with that. So we want 6 by 12. So how are we all? Have we all had a good... It's been over a fortnight since I saw you or spoke to you last. Things have been good here. Weather's been changeable. It's changeable today. We've got quite a bit of wind, which is upsetting the little doggo because she doesn't like the wind. And keeps threatening to rain, and then the sun will come out. Well, I suppose it's mainly dry, so that's good. Right, so now we need to banner this. I am not the best at bannering, I'll be honest. So I am going to do it with my trimmer. Mine never end up equal, but we shall try. So if this is 6, so I want to do 3, and I will come down a 1/4 of an inch or thereabouts. Flip it round, and I'm only doing a 1/4 of an inch because that's what I've got on what measurements I've got on here. But I do work in inches as well as centimeters, and mainly centimeters. Yeah, and then I'm going yeah, we'll use this. No, I'll use my scissors. So 1/4 of an inch is what, nearly a centimetre, is it? Or is it 1/2 a centimetre? Just over 1/2 a centimetre, isn't it? Well, you can do it however you please. And then I'm just going to cut from the corner to the top of that cut line, because that's the bit I don't normally get right, is getting it into the centre, whereas by measuring it like that, I'm a bit more guaranteed to get it in the centre, even if the two graduations aren't exactly the same, or the two angles. Like that one I haven't cut quite right, so I'm going to go back, try not to take any more off from that corner. That's better. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just gives us a nice bannered end. I'll have to see how this StreamYard goes. It doesn't seem to be, I don't know, the picture to me that I'm looking at the moment doesn't seem so good. It's clear, but I will watch it back and see. Maybe it's that I need to bring my camera down, but we'll see. Maybe I've got a bit more space showing than I need. We'll try that. Let's see how we go. Okay, so that's going to be our banner, and then we're going to have that on top, and then I'm going to stamp that on there. So let's get that done. So because it's photopolymer, I want my Stampin' Pierce mat or foam mat. And I've just got a piece of grid paper or scrap paper on there. And we're going to colour this with Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to use Memento for my stamping. Make sure that's well inked because it is a new stamp. There we go. Beautiful. How cute is that? You see that? Okay. See, now I don't know where my camera is. Because it's the opposite way round to what I normally have it. Phone's wrong. And then I'm just going to cut this to the size 5.5 by 4, just so that I can see. I'm not going to use white for my sentiment, but just so I've got something that'll sit similar. So yeah, because I was thinking of cutting this down a bit, but I'm not. I'm just going to have it like that. I might cut that down. We'll see. In fact, yes, I will. Right, so we've got that, and we've got our little stamped image. So now we're going to colour our stamped image. And I'm going to keep it quite bright, and I'm going to do a heart in a nice real red, and I'm going to use the dark real red. So, and I'm not going to worry about adding any shading to this. I think I need a new real red pen. It's looking a bit I'll have a look at that later. Right, so my peas, I think I'm going to do Granny Apple Green. Nice and bright. And I want the dark to begin with. I'm just going to colour those. And just with some bits of shading around the bottom. Not looking to get too much detail into them. Let's just say it's got a bit. And then I'll just quickly around it. Punch that in. And by going over it a few times, you're building up the colour anyway. There we go. And we'll do the same for the other one. I don't know if he's face is squished because he's given a hug, or if he's in a bit of pain like from it. That's terrible, isn't it? But yeah, can't make up my mind whether he's happy about being squished by her or not. It's tough, isn't it? If you're anything like me, I like to have something to cuddle up to at night. There we go. And he's a bit darker. I say he looks, she's got long eyelashes, so she's a she and he's a he. There we go. It just gives a little bit of dimension and shading to them, nothing fancy. But yeah, then I'm going to bring in a bit of, I think we'll use Old Olive for the pod, with a bit of Mossy Meadow for the stem bit. I'm just going to add light Mossy Meadow to the stem. I'm not too worried about having lots of definition in that because it's quite a small piece. And then we'll use a dark old olive around the bottom, just swiping it just where we'd have a bit of shade, just from the way it is. Now I've got a bit of a crease there. And again, nothing fancy. I'll just go over that, blend that in a little. That's what I like about these pens, they're very easy to blend just by going over a few times. Saturate it with the alcohol. There we go. And there we have our little peas in a pod. They're cute. Right, so we've got those. And then we'll have our blue banner on there. So I'm going to go for a piece of blue for my sentiment and heat emboss, I believe. So blueberry bushel is in there. So we'll get a scrap of blueberry bushel. This one. And choose my sentiment, which I'm going to go for You Make Me Happy or Happy Birthday. I think You Make Me Happy. Okay, so I will be changing the sketch slightly because my sentiment is going to be a longer one, but that's okay. We don't have to follow them exact and put our own take on them. So let's heat emboss this in white. That'll stand out nicely. So embossing buddy, just to get rid of any grease or fingerprints on there, so that our embossing powder doesn't stick anywhere we don't want it to. And then we're going to grab our Versamark, which is a sticky ink. Give that a good ink up, and we're going to stamp our sentiment on there. I'm going to do it twice because inevitably if I do it once it'll go wrong or something won't quite look right and I'll need to do it again. I think if I do it twice I'm covered then, and if they both turn out I've got a spare for another time. Okay, so we're going to add white embossing powder onto that. I just go over it shake it on a couple of times to just knock off the excess and give it a bit of a blow. And then you can get a paintbrush and just knock off any stray. Now we do sell a accessory tool kit for your embossing, which has the embossing buddy, a paintbrush, a little brush, some tweezers, and a tray for putting your embossing folder and then being able to tip it back into your container, which is a fabulous idea. I haven't got that yet. It's on my list, but I have similar items that I use that I already had. So I use those. It's all about using what we've got. I'll just heat that. You can just see that turn. That's nice and shiny. And just do both those. There you go. You can see that's nice and shiny now, maybe. But yeah, I'm happy with both of those. So I've got 2 to work at. So I need to trim those or die cut. Let's just look at Stylish Shapes. Have a couple of banners, and then that'll mimic. That's too big, and I think this one's possibly that's too small. I want one that length but not as wide. Always want what we haven't got, don't we? But I have others. I do have others. Nope, that one's not any good. Got quite a few stamp sets that have got different label dies. Nope, not the length I want, that I can think of off the top of my head, and I don't want to spend too long hunting. So I shall just trim it. I'm going to bring in my mini guillotine. Unfortunately, we don't have these any longer. But these are a great little tool. So if you ever get a chance to get yourself one from anywhere, I highly recommend getting one. I just find it so much easier for these smaller pieces. Okay, pop that in the bin. So we have 3 little pieces that are going to go on the front. I'm going to trim that to size, like so, and I'm going to put a slant on that. And then what I'm going to do, where I've cut that off, to make sure that I get the same angle, I'm just going to use it to cut along on there. You can see that. So that was the piece I cut off there, and then to get the same angle, I'm just going to overlay it and then chop that off, and that gives me the same angle both sides. So yeah, my front. Ooh, don't know what happened there. Camera decided to go off. I do have my phone on Do Not Disturb, so okay. So we've got our card front, a basic white standard card front for us. I think that's a card front. I don't know now, you know. It's not. It's just a scrap, that is. Now I have a standard card front, which is 10 centimetres. Hello. By 14.4. Hayden's just come in. I quite like that, but I'm going to stamp over this just to add some interest to the background. And I think I'm just going to go with the greenery. the foliage that's in here, those couple of pieces. So stamping mat, and it's that way, isn't it? A couple of blocks. That one, and no, that one's not big enough. And that one, and then I think we'll do these in the granny apple green to keep it bright. Oops. All my inks and everything are back there. So I have to reach, which is handy for where they are, but then when I'm filming, it's not the best. Alright. So we will I'm just checking. Yeah, everything is okay. Just checking over on Facebook that everything was still running okay, but it is. Okay. Now Hayden's up, I can get Hayden to go on and check. I'm just going to do a bit of random stamping. Just in the background. A lot of it will be covered. But just needs a little bit of something just to fill in. I love these. I think they're so cute. I think my granny apple green needs re-inking. It's oops. Now, see, I've missed there. And because these are photopolymer, I can reline it up and stamp it again. But I do need to get right over the top of it. So excuse me if you see my head. There we go. I was being a bit quick there, removing. Yeah, quite like that. That's enough of that. And pop that away. So now I want a card bay. Oh, we'll put all this together first. Combo. I'll add that on. Like so. And then I'm going to mount that on some dimensionals. I must admit, when I first saw that this is the layout I'd be doing, I was a bit like, okay, how am I going to use that with that? Because I don't know about you, but when I see a stamp set and start creating, there's certain things I've got in mind for it and ways to use it, and then afterwards I'm a bit like, right. And I keep seeing the same projects with it. So to then have something totally random that I don't associate with it, it's quite a shock. But I have to say, I am liking this. I'm going to pop a dimensional on the end of there because that's going to overhang. Now I have put that in the centre. I should have moved it over a little bit really, but it's not a problem. Okay, I'll pop that on there and pull that to there, so it's just overhanging. There we go. And then we can embellish. Find some embellishments. See what we've got. So we've got blue, green, or red. No, oh, I've got green. I've got some nice green. More of a garden green, but or there's those garden green. What else have we got? Gold and silvers. Blue, I don't think blue's right. Or we could just go for basic rhinestones. No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do those. I am going to do the iridescent pearl basic jewels. These are a favourite of mine, but I just think because we've got the white on the blue, I think they'll look nice and not stand out too much from and detract from everything else we've got going on. Miss that one. There we go. It's kind of cute. Oh dear, you have to excuse me. I'm shattered this week. Haven't done any more than usual, but I'm really struggling this week. I'm going to try a blueberry bushel card base and see how that looks. You can always change our mind. I'm not sure. Let's try a granny apple. I usually find that if I say I'm not sure, it's not right. But then again, on the screen, it doesn't look as bad. No, that's definitely not right. So we'll go with blueberry bushel. And it's personal preference. It's what draws your eye. So we'll trim that to 14.4. There we go, to 14.9. Luckily I realised then. And we can score it at 10.5. And then when I fold mine, I butt them up against an edge. I just find I get a neater fold that way. Sometimes I find if I do it just by hand, just flat, one side's larger than the other. And it's because the fold score line is, it's thick, isn't it? You know, it's got some width to it, so it won't do it exactly in the middle as much as we try, and it'll try and fold slightly to the left, to the right. So yeah, okay, so we'll add that, and then we can do an inner for a card. There you go. It's just a nice little card you could send to somebody, just because they make you happy. We all have people that make us happy. Yeah, we'll do some of the leaves inside. So we'll have a bit of that coming down, and we'll have the larger one growing up. There we go. I'm pleased with that. Right. Put that in there. So, have any of you been creating lately? Been finding time to go into the craft room? There's our first card. Right, just have a little bit of a tidy up. Clean my stamps in case we need them again. I have been crafted this morning. I've had a commission of a young lady who's getting married, who wanted a couple of cards for her and her husband to be to write notes in on their wedding morning to give to each other, which I thought was a lovely idea. I asked, you know, what such was. She sent me a picture of some images that she's using throughout her wedding. Excuse me, and I haven't recreated it, but I've done a variation of it that she's pleased with. So I've made those this morning. So I've got to photograph them, share them with her, see if that's okay, what she wants. I will share them with you at a later date once the wedding's been, because I would hate her to let any secrets out the bag. I don't know that anybody follows me that's a friend of hers or anything, but you know, that's not my place to let people see what she's planning. Right, so we've done that one. So our next one is this fun one. I like this one. So we've got some squares, but I think I'm going to make mine more oblongs, rectangles, whichever you say, and a circle. So we will. Oh, I have seen new to me. They've been out a while. Spotlight on Nature dies, which have got some gorgeous circles. Well, they all are gorgeous circles. Look at those. They've just got that lovely detail on those. So if we're looking at 6.5 centimeters or thereabout, we're looking for about the third size in. So we've got dots and dashes on one, or we've got like radiating rays. I think I'm going to go dots and dashes. See how, not size wise for card front. Yeah, maybe. What's the next one down? Just trying to think what I'd be able to get on it. That's the thing. They are the same. Oh, I know. Yeah, I've got an idea. I'm going to go for the smaller, because I was thinking designer series paper on the squares, but I may not. It may be that I do stamped squares. Right, so I need to cut one of these. So I'm bringing my mini cutting emboss. I'll put the ruler away. and we can die cut ourselves one of these. Now I know this won't go through because a standard card base won't go through here, and this is a little wider, so we'll just chop that so that it fits and pop that in there. Okay. And pop that back on. Let's just move machines about so they're easier for me to grab and get all these lovely little bits. You all right, mate? Off there. I like to make a mess. Okay, and then you'll get them all stuck in there, so we'll have to pick those out after. And we'll just knock all those away. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to stamp my sentiment on here. And I'm doing my card backwards, really, to what a lot of people, or how I do mine a lot of the time. It's usually sentiment last, but I am going to do it first. So let's grab a block and we'll stamp that in our memento again. And we've gone happy birthday on this one. There we go, that's a nice, I do love the font on this. I think it's really cute. And then we're going to use the single pea with the party blower and party hat and the pod of peas. I'm not going to use the grumpy. Pod of party peas. Right, and I'll get a block for that one, and then a block for our other one. There we go. I'm just going to have a quick drink of my tea. Oh, before it goes cold. Oh, that's lovely. Can't beat a nice cup of tea. So then I want some squares. So I'm going to do them 8 by 8, like it says on the layout, but I might end up changing the sizes of them, but that's okay. We changed the last one, it's not a problem. I need some more basic white card. And I'll just cut a strip at 8, and then 2 more squares. Okay, so we've got those. But it's hard for you to see if I do it on here. Yeah, they're not gonna fit right 8 by 8, so we are going to cut these down a lot. Mini guillotine. So let's do this 7. Let's make that one 7. That's better. Let me get a card base in a different colour. Let's see if that's right. I'll chop that down to 10. I'm not using the black base, I don't think, but just so that you can see as I'm planning my layout better, because you can't really see white on white very well. So we've got that one at 7, which I like that, so I'm going to chop it off at 7. So we've got a 7 by 7, and that sticks out, but in fact I could probably get away with, I'm going down 6 by 6 for that actually. Right, so that's a bit thinner. Then we can have that at 5. By, don't need it very big, 5 by 6 to put like that to stick out, because we'll have that over there, and then this one, that was 6. I want it, I'll have it the same width, 6 by 6. Let's see. There we go. That's better. I like that. I might end up colouring these, changing them, but at least I've got my sizes that I want. So that'll be there. And then on this one, I want, that goes the other way, doesn't it? Oh no, it'll fit. I want that up there. Yeah, we'll have that up there. It's making sure they can be seen in the right places. Okay, so stamp that on there. It's a beautiful stamp. So that would go under there, like so. Then we'd have this one with just that a little bit showing. And that one I'll have quite a bit showing. So I'm going to go with the party animal up here. Don't know if he is a party animal, but you know, we'll count him as. Up there, and then I'm going to do this a colour. I'm going to put a coloured piece in place of that. Okay. Right, let's give these a bit of a colour, and I will go with a bright colour behind as well. So, Granny Apple Green for our P. Just go around for him. Like the others, doesn't have to be a perfect shading, as long as it looks in the right area, that you know which bits would be darker, which would be lighter, depending on where the light's coming from. So as long as you haven't really got shade or dark in every place, you're quite safe. There we go. That's just a little bit on there. And then we'll do this one, So we'll do this cheesy grin guy. With the granny apple. Sometimes I do circles. It depends on the shape of what I'm doing and the area I've got to cover. Just means that it gets lighter as it gets into the middle. Here's another one with a blower. I'm going to make him a little bit darker because of where he's sat in there. We can just go over that to blend that in and saturate that. It blends out nicely. There we go. Looks like a very juicy pea. And this one as well will be quite in the dark because he's behind him. Make sure we don't give them green teeth, though who knows, peas may have green teeth. You'll never know. Okay, so we'll do the same with our pod. We'll go for a light mossy meadow on the stalk. That's the word I was thinking of before. Maybe I did say stalk, I can't remember. And, excuse me, old olive. For the pod. Put in some bits of shading in just where the creases are and underneath where the peas are sticking out. Under those would be a bit darker, wouldn't it? I think sometimes, especially with something like this where it's not huge areas and lots of detail, it's best not to overthink your shading and blending, and just do bits here and there. If it's not exactly right, if it's just bits, people don't notice. I mean, no one, or I would hope no one would stand there studying the card, sort of like, you know, oh, that's not correct. That light wouldn't be coming from there, and, you know, wouldn't be very kind of them, would it? And then I think we'll go yellow and orange. So we'll go Daffodil Delight dark and Pumpkin Pie dark on the hat. As we have to just to brighten it up from all the green. Oh, maybe we won't go Pumpkin Pie dark. My pumpkin pie is dry, but because I'm not shading, I can just use my white marker. I need to go through now. That's proved it, and check all my blends and order some new ones. Right, sleeves come undone. So I'm going to go with a Daffodil Delight background. And that's made my mind up for me. And I am just going to do straight on to card base this time. No extra layer. Get rid of that. So we will cut this at 14.9 and score at 10.5. So have any of you got any crafty plans for the weekend? I'm hoping to get a video recorded. I'm joining in a new video hub. Stamping Around UK? I think that's right. Sorry if I've got it wrong. Yeah, I've been invited to join the video hub, which I'm really looking forward to. Right, so then this piece I'm going to have in orange, in pumpkin pie. So let me just find a scrap of pumpkin pie. Not that I have many. It's not a colour I use very often. We all have those colours, don't we? Some that we use all the time, others we very rarely use. So that's 5 by 6. And pumpkin pie happens to be one of those that I don't use very often. Especially cardstock. I probably use more of the ink than cardstock. There we go. That can go in there like that. It still needs a little bit of something. It's not quite there. So what else have we got that I can add to this? I think maybe we need some more peas on it. So I'm going to do another of the single pea. No, I'm not. It won't look right. Let's have some foliage, some little foliage and big foliage. I mean, we can mix in some other stamp sets if we want to. I just want to show you how you can create lots of different with this. Actually, I think we could go that one up there. But do we do it green? Yeah. Oh no, I know what we'll do. Forget that. We'll have some splatters. I like splatters. Right. Orange, green. I'll go green. Green on the apple green. And I always use the, she says, fat end. But I don't know if this will do it because it's quite worn. Oh, it will. There we go. I just felt like there's too much clear space. I like clear space, but I also like a bit of something there. So I might put something on our orange piece. Actually, I might do it on the background. No, we'll have it on the orange. With our pumpkin pie. With pumpkin pie. I'm going to tone on tone. Can't go wrong. Tone on tone. There we go. And I think a bit of embellishment. That will be okay. So let's do some sticking. And put these down flat. It's the problem with new glue. I don't like to leave it upside down. Excuse me. because it comes out too fast. But then stand it upright and you have to wait for it to come down. And pop that one off there. Up a bit. There we go. And then we'll pop this on dimensionals. I might see if I've got a bit of twine or ribbon to go behind it. We shall see what we get. I don't know why I've took those off because I didn't want them off yet. Yellow, orange, green. I don't think I've got any of those colours. Oh, lemon lolly, but that won't look right because this is quite bright. No twine. So let's see what embellishments we've got. So we can add that back on now because I haven't got anything. Butterflies, pastels. See, we're here with the green again. I could get away with those. I've got them yellow. Let's try those. Let's see what some of these would look like. They are granny apple green, but I feel because we've blended, we can get away with that. And I'm not sure what it might be. Daffodil Delight, actually. Let's go green. Have some greenery just on there. And as you can see, I've been using quite a lot of green since having this stamp set. It wouldn't have been a colour I'd have chosen before. But there we go. Not 100% on it, I have to say, but we've done it. I might have a bit of a play with it. I don't know. I like the elements, but I'm not sure on how I've got them together. But that's a good thing. We can change what we've done. So let me bring in our other card and make a bit of room because I've got a mess on my desk again. That's our 2 cards for today, using the Sweetpeas stamp set. That's cute. That's really cute. You have to let me know which one you prefer. Yeah. All right, so let me just swap back. Here we go. So I can do that. And then I'll just bring up for the newsletter. Do go and sign up for my newsletter. Like I say, there's no catch. You'll receive 5 fab layouts, not these layouts, different layouts, for card making, scrapbooking, whichever you want to use them for. And if you decide that what I'm sending you doesn't appeal, isn't your thing, well, you can unsubscribe at any time. That's fine. I won't be offended. But yeah, and then you can resubscribe later on if you think that, you know, things have changed. That's fine. But thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for being so patient. I'm liking StreamYard. I'm liking doing the extra bits. But I'll see how it works. I think I'll go with it for a while and see where we get to. Sort out my lighting so I haven't got a big shadow. But no, thanks very much. And I shall see you all next week. So enjoy your week. Bye for now.